agricultural production of ube in the Philippines, where it's actually from, is decreasing. America is a culture vulture. They can steal the cultural products of a people and sell it back to them without any care of its origins. Will the world see less ube from the Philippines?
I think the problem is the agricultural sector in the Philippines was neglected for quite a few years, I would say. I bet a lot of people don't even know where ube comes from. Oh my goodness, so many controversial videos lately. What's up, Philippines? I'm back with another video. Today is a very interesting video. It says how America is ruining ube. And I don't know about you, but ube is one of my favorite things. It's like this purple sweet potato thing that is just heavenly. Tastes amazing in shakes and desserts. Oh, like so good. And there's also a video of Logan Youssef who actually say it became a very rare thing in the Philippines. And I also believe you can barely find it in purple anymore. I don't know if these are true facts, but I'm very excited to watch today's video. Let's watch it together, shall we?
Americans love ube. Oh, no, not that. Americans want that trendy, purple, sugary stuff. Ube, which was named the flavor of 2024. But despite its entry into American retailers and its global rise in popularity, agricultural production of ube in the Philippines, where it's actually from, is decreasing by more than 50%. America is a culture vulture. They can steal the cultural products of a people and sell it back to them without any care of its origins. So do Americans really love ube? Or have they simply not tried real ube from Filipinos? Will the world see less ube from the Philippines? And does it really matter for us to see our culture in mainstream America if it doesn't actually celebrate us at its core? I'm Leo Albea, and this is One Down, where we redefine Filipino.
No mention of the Philippines.
So,
Alright, great intro, and as I mentioned, it became a rare thing in the Philippines, especially with the purple color. So yeah, I didn't have the ube here in the US yet, but I know how the Filipino one tastes, and it's just, it has like beautiful aroma that I can't describe. It's just heavenly.
is ube experienced in America? The reality is that most ube products available in the US are far removed from genuine Filipino ingredients. And that's
Especially
mostly
Starbucks.
because we can't source freshly harvested ube in North America. So the next best thing we have is frozen ube sourced from ethnic groceries, which a lot of Filipino-owned businesses do often source and use. But the easier alternative is to use artificial flavoring and coloring
food
from
coloring.
companies like McCormick that imitate
Gross.
ube flavor,
Blah.
but mislead Americans to believe that this is real ube.
Has a hint of a butter popcorn, but it's sweet.
This is where it gets awkward. Those moments when we see ube marketed by
oh my god,
Starbucks and Jack in the
Starbucks,
Box,
it's
or
just
even
gross.
chance upon
Sorry,
an
I
ube
don't
product
support
at a Trader
Starbucks,
Joe's
it's just
like ube ice cream or pancake
sugar,
mix. Now, we
overpriced
don't live in a
sugar
perfect
drinks.
world, and America doesn't have direct and unlimited access to ube. Artificial or natural flavoring is a common practice in the food industry, related to availability of ingredients, shelf life, and cost. And as a business owner,
That was
it
the
makes
original,
sense that
actually,
this
the
has to
ube
be a
jam
choice
thing.
that one will ultimately make. But if you choose to use ube and market it to a demographic of both Filipinos and non-Filipinos, there should be an accountability to learn and share a part of that history. And don't give us the excuse that that's not possible, because you wouldn't have chosen ube if you didn't think it would sell. And in America, Asian Americans have the highest median household income across race and ethnicity, with Filipinos ranking top 3. But beyond that money, it's important to understand what ube means to us Filipinos. While global interest in ube is soaring, our local farmers aren't reaping the benefits of this increased demand. And just like in America,
That's
we're
always the
actually
case.
seeing that a lot of ube in the market is not actual ube, even in the Philippines. Historically, the Philippines was a major player in rice production, with other countries coming to study our techniques. Yet over time, countries like Thailand have overtaken us in rice exports.
And
A similar
Vietnam.
scenario is unfolding with calamansi, where Vietnam
I was
is now
about to say,
cultivating this
calamansi is
Filipino
very
citrus
popular.
and may soon outpace us in exports. The situation with ube is equally concerning. In some regions of the Philippines, ube production has decreased by up to 50%. This decline is happening precisely when international demand for ube-flavored products is at an all-time high. Consider the Aida
that's
community,
nuts.
indigenous peoples who have been cultivating ube for generations. Ube farming is not just their livelihood, it's a crucial part of their cultural practices. Yet these communities see little to no
there's everyone's
economic
video.
benefit from the trend. Well, let's take a look at the history of America taking from communities of color. Hip-hop serves as a prime example. Originating in the Bronx, it was created and nurtured by Black and Latino communities as an expression of their experiences and struggles. However, as it gained popularity, hip-hop culture was commodified for mass consumption and stripped of its original
And now
context
it's all about the bling bling.
America has also done this to Asian ingredients, most famously known by matcha. Matcha represents centuries of Japanese tradition, originally reserved for the noble class in Japan. Matcha was a delicacy steeped in ritual and meaning. However, as it gained popularity in the West, we've seen major coffee chains and food companies profiting immensely from the trend. All the while, the deep cultural roots and
There's a
traditional
big difference
preparation methods
between
were often
the original
ignored. While we
matcha
want
and
ube
what
to
is
make
sold.
it big in America, it's already at risk, with many Americans expecting that anything purple hue they're consuming for the first time is the real representation of ube. Maybe America has only really caught on to ube in the past decade, but it's been thousands of years that this has been ours, and it will continue to fall on us to educate the world on the communities that this comes from and why it matters. We have an opportunity and a responsibility to ensure its Filipino roots remain front and center. One of the companies innovating within the Filipino
Very critical
flavor
video
space
today.
is Dear Floor, a Filipino-owned brand dedicated to amplifying the rich history of Filipino ingredients, like ube, while creatively introducing them to new audiences. Personally, I use the ube boba gummies to help me sleep since I recently got back from the Philippines and am adjusting to jet lag.
I had no idea.
More importantly, the gummy helps me sleep
hemp.
and wake up without feeling groggy the next morning. To learn more about Dear Floor, visit the website here, and a huge thanks to them for partnering with One Down to dive deeper onto the history of ube. The rising interest in ube should be a win-win situation. Our farmers who have cultivated this crop for generations deserve to benefit from its newly found popularity. Filipino communities, both in the Philippines and
I think the problem is the agricultural sector in the Philippines was neglected for quite a few years, I would say. I think there's a change happening now that there's more support, I hope. But yeah, I don't see much change happening that fast.
abroad should see their cultural heritage celebrated authentically. Corporations capitalizing on the ube trend have a unique chance to collaborate with Filipino communities. By working together, we can help grow its production and educate consumers about ube's rich history. It's a symbol of togetherness, commonly served during birthdays and fiestas, as it has always embodied nostalgia for the Filipino culture. Ube is not supposed to be the end of the conversation when it comes to Filipino culture. It's the gateway to so much more of our cuisine. It's not enough to just be known as Filipino. It's an open invitation to everything we as a people want to share and give to the world, one flavor at a time.
Aw, cute.
Thanks for watching.
All right.
We are One Down, and
Very protective of the heritage of the Philippines. It's very good. We need people like him to educate us, because everything that we see on media today is just kind of like we consume it, we don't think about it, and I bet a lot of people don't even know where ube comes from. I had this conversation with a friend who was talking about calamansi, and he didn't know that it comes from the Philippines. He's like, oh, it's so good. It's like this sweet and sour thing, and it's a little bit orange on the inside and green on the outside. I'm like, yeah, it's from the Philippines. It's one of the best things ever. And yeah, we had this conversation about food, which is great because then it creates knowledge, it creates interest, and of course, you know where things are coming from that you're putting into your body. Yeah, very critical tagline, how America is ruining ube. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Do you think it's a bad thing, or do you think it's actually good for the Philippines to, you know, be represented on a world stage with something that comes from the Philippines and that has been generated there for generations. Wow, so good, Nelly. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe. If you want to see more of my content, you will be notified, especially when you hit the notification bell. And if you want to see more travel related and food videos, please check out my channel Nelly's Life, which will pop up here. And also feel free to follow me on Instagram, where I share more up-to-date things of my life, what I'm up to behind the scenes, you know. I don't do that much here, but that was it for today. I'll see you guys next time here on What's Up Philippines. Bye bye.